And we are, of course, counting down to 2025 now, the massive crowds braving the rain in Times Square to celebrate the new year. Good evening. Thanks once again for joining us. I'm Doug Williams. Let's take another live look tonight at Times Square via EarthCam. Eyes across the country and the world tuning in ahead of the annual ball drop at midnight. Around 1 million people are gathering to see it in person. So people are packed in. Security is, of course, tight. And our live team coverage continues tonight. Wendy Gillette is live in Times Square with more on the excitement at this hour. Wendy?
Doug, the festivities started here in Times Square a few hours ago with the raising of the New Year's Eve ball and handing out of these extremely classy hats. I know you want one, Doug. We've already seen performances from Rita Ora and the Jonas Brothers. Still to come, TLC and the headliner, Carrie Underwood. It was gorgeous, mild, 50 degrees, but as you can see, the rain is now here and forecast to continue through midnight.
It's never too early to grab a spot for the big ball drop overlooking Times Square.
What time did you get here?
6 a.m.
And you are a native New Yorker coming here?
Yes, ready. I'm in for the long haul.
How many times have you been?
8 years in a row.
By the time midnight rolls around, the city estimates at least 1 million people will be here, waiting to ring in 2025.
We just came from Japan all the way here just to see this, just to feel the crowd.
The famous ball drop dates back to 1907. This year's spectacle features a 12,000-pound ball made of 2,500 crystals. It has already been put to the test.
We're ready. Let's celebrate.
Revelers will have mild weather for their New Year's Eve endurance challenge here in Times Square. But the forecast takes a twist this evening with a substantial chance of rain in the hours leading up to midnight.
New Year's Eve in Times Square is one of law enforcement's biggest challenges. The NYPD and state and federal agencies are monitoring the area with more than 70,000 cameras, roadblocks, and heavy trucks and drones.
We have plainclothes teams, K-9 teams, and officers on horsebacks and helicopters and on boats.
By the time the ball drops in New York, it's been a new year for hours in places like New Zealand and Hong Kong, where colorful fireworks displays lit up the skies. In Taiwan, fireworks flew out of skyscrapers. Revelers near and far hoping 2025 is their best year yet.
Happy New Year!
The NYPD says there's no credible security threat to Times Square. We have seen hundreds of officers on the ground, some looking out of office windows and others on top of buildings, as well as an NYPD team flying drones from this floor. So they're looking at all vantage points to try to keep everyone safe. Doug?
So, Wendy, I have to ask, when the raindrops began to fall, was there any sort of noticeable shift in the atmosphere there, or are people there just there to watch the ball drop and they expected the rain and they'll deal with it?
I would say that people are trying to dodge the raindrops. I've seen some people hiding under awnings there on 43rd Street, and other people who are holding plastic bags over their heads. So I would say people are trying to avoid it, but it's a pretty heavy downpour and isn't supposed to stop for a few hours. So I'm not sure they're going to be having a very wet New Year's Eve, Doug.
And without the help of an umbrella, it's a big night for the poncho. Wendy Gillette, we appreciate your live report from Times Square. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. CBS News New York has you covered on this New Year's Eve. On our website, you can find information about street closures, a map with checkpoints if you happen to be going to Times Square or if you're trying to avoid Times Square, plus the best spots to watch the ball drop live. That's all on CBSNewYork.com.